Depreciation in Britain and its effect on the current account, based off of an article by The Economist about how the depreciation of the pound has not led to an increase in exports.
So depreciation is the decreasing is the decrease in value of currency compared to other currencies in a floating exchange rate regime. The current account is a measure of the flow of funds from trading goods and services plus income flows. An exchange rate is the value of one currency expressed in terms of another currency. And floating exchange rate regime is basically the type that Britain has adopted, and it's where a currency is allowed to fluctuate in response to foreign exchange market and can be influenced or managed to a point but still free to change.
So, Britain's situation. Here we have a couple figures about Britain's real export growth and sterling depreciation and its average managing score. Uh, and after Brexit, the pound lost 15% of its value. And right now, England and the UK in general is running large trade deficits in recent years compared to the past of running a surplus. And some people can say that this is because the economy is geared towards high value added things, and they are insensitive to price changes, which is not the same for all industries like tourism, and that the firms are using the weakness of the sterling to bank bigger profits instead of moving into new markets.
Well, basically, on the slide, the two graphs presented. The graph on the left basically presents a simple explanation of the graph on the right, which basically presents performance in appreciation and depreciation in the last 10 years. And on the graph on the left, we can see how in 2016 the price was 1.31, and afterwards by 2017 it has decreased. Demand has decreased, so the price has decreased as well. So the price in 2017 was 1.08.
So, analysis and evaluation. First, we could talk about the balance of payments theory, which a country's balance of payments is comprised of two segments, the current account and the capital account, which measures the inflows and outflows of goods and capital for a country. The balance of payments theory looks at the current account, which is what we're talking about, which is the account dealing with trade of tangible goods to get an idea of exchange rate directions. Now, if a country is running a large current account surplus or deficit, it is a sign that the country's exchange rate is out of equilibrium and must be brought back to that equilibrium. If a country is running a large deficit, like Britain is, where more imports are coming in than exports are going out, the domestic currency will depreciate. And this can be seen with the balance of payments identity, where BCA is the current account, BKA is the capital account, and BRA represents the reserve account balance, and they should all equal zero.
Basically, the Keynesian model of determination of real national income shows the effect of net exports. It's basically X minus M in the GDP formula, where X denotes the value of exports and M denotes the value of imports. Because of favorable effect on currency on exports, countries tend to try and intervene in foreign exchange market, except in Britain's case, due to other factors in the international market. A depreciation has led to decreased exports, contradicting the theories and proving that we can only model economics to an extent. The real situation can differ.
And
And sources.
sources.